Today on Signals Everywhere, we'll learn the basics of the double balanced mixer, how it can be used as both an up converter and down converter, as well as using the HackRF as a variable frequency oscillator as one of the inputs for this mixer. Interested in software-defined radio and radio communications? Be sure to hit subscribe and tap that bell icon so you don't miss anything. Here you can see an ADE passive mixer board that I purchased from eBay. This particular model was chosen because it happens to be on a breakout board that brings the SMA connections out, making it incredibly easy to use this with a software-defined radio for experimentation. Here we can see the inside of this particular ADE1 double balanced mixer. A mixer is essentially a set of diodes that are wired in such a way that they allow you to mix signals together. This one in particular happens to have a transformer on the input and the output. You may recognize this component as the mixer used on the ham-it-up HF up converter. To put it simply, we take a 125 MHz crystal oscillator and we mix it with the signals in the HF ham band in order to move them 125 MHz higher into the frequency so that way they can be easily received on a typical SDR. Before I bust out the HackRF and show you how easily we can use it in combination with a mixer as an HF up converter, I wanted to explain the basics of how one of these mixers work. To set everything up, I'm using an AirSpy as my receiver, a Pluto SDR as the RF signal source, and the HackRF as my local oscillator, and have connected each of these to the respective port on the ADE mixer module board. Because I don't have a proper frequency generator, I'm using the SDR Angel software in tandem with a Pluto SDR at 600 MHz for my RF frequency, and then my HackRF as my local oscillator, whose frequency I will change at any given time throughout this video. To ensure that SDR Angel is not simply putting out a dead carrier, I'm using the narrow FM modulator at its default settings to modulate the carrier and then adjusting the signal output for about 7 dBm, which is what is required by the ADE mixer. Looking back at the Spectrum Spy software, we can see that we have our signal being generated at 600 MHz, as well as a few harmonics at 1.2 GHz, as well as other places along the band. From here, I'll go ahead back into SDR Angel and set up another sync source with the HackRF, and I'll be setting that to a frequency of 50 MHz using the same settings that I did previously with the Pluto SDR. Going back to the Spectrum Spy software, we can now take a look and see our original 600 MHz signal coming from the Pluto SDR, but we also see a signal at 650 MHz, as well as a signal at 550 MHz, and some other spurs sprinkled around the band as well. The mixer essentially giving you the product and difference of the two input signals. Zooming back out, we can use SDR Angel along with the HackRF as a variable frequency oscillator, and in real time take a look at these changes throughout the mixer and see how they are moving up and down the given band. At this point, we are shifted 100 MHz up from where we were, and then from here we can shift another 125 MHz. So where we had 600, we now also have 725 MHz, and so on. Now it's time to do something truly useful with the ADE mixer. We are going to use it as an unfiltered, crude, yet amazingly versatile HF up converter for the amateur radio band. To do this, I'll be using the SDR Angel software along with a HackRF as a variable frequency oscillator and connecting it directly to the local oscillator port of my ADE mixer. From there, I'll then connect an HF dipole antenna fed with 400 ohm ladder line directly to a Newelec 1 to 9 balun, which then connects to the RF input port of my ADE mixer, and then connecting the IF output port of my mixer directly to another software-defined radio, which you can see displayed within SDR Sharp. Finally, I tune the HackRF to 600 MHz and hit the play button to enable transmission. You can now see at 607.136 MHz, we now see the 40-meter amateur radio band. Essentially what we've done is taken 7.13 MHz and upconverted it by 600. So now the entire HF radio spectrum is going to start at 600 MHz instead of 0, also known as DC. And I have to say, I'm absolutely astonished at how well this works using nothing more than just a mixer and my HackRF as a signal generator without any other filtering. It really is surprising to me how well this functions. Let's take a moment so you can really appreciate how well this is coming in with so few components.
I remember it's a long trip down there from up this way, over.
O Evangelho. Acho que nesse sentido houve e tem havido.
YouTube lo vamos a ver en directo.
CHU, Canada, Coordinated Universal Time.
I guess you were talking to Pierre, and then I was talking to Eric XTD after there. He talked for a while, and he said,
friends have tag, and we'd all like to get it out of the CBA. Put the right information out there.
Tucker says the department is also in the process of putting together a peer council.
Now that we've seen everything upconverted by 600 MHz, I also wanted to show you this being used as a variable frequency oscillator, essentially keeping our demodulator within SDR sharp in one spot while varying the frequency of the HackRF itself. I wanted to do this as an example of how a VFO may work in other types of radio systems, in this example being where you have a demodulator that stays in a single spot, as you see here in SDR sharp, and then the VFO, or the variable frequency oscillator, is what's actually changing in frequency to move that signal into or out of the passband of that demodulator. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, if you're interested in anything radio communications or software-defined radio, be sure to hit subscribe, and I would love to see you all in the next one.